Okay, so screen share. Okay. Okay, can you all see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. Very good. Okay, good morning, everyone. Okay, so in today's workshop, I will introduce a new design idea to you. This design is called a Contraflow left-hand lane design. I'm not sure you have heard about this or not, but it's a very interesting design idea. It's for the intersection that have lots of left-hand demand. Okay, so I will talk about the signal timing and the design issue, geometrical design associated with this new intersection design idea. Okay, so here's the outline for my presentation. First, I will talk about what is this new design, what is the Contraflow left-hand lane design is. Then I will talk about its benefits and also its safety concerns. Then I will talk about the signal timing and the geometrical design requirements associated with this new design. Then I will present a design procedure I proposed to make this design better. And then also I will show a case study to approve the design idea, the design procedure we proposed is a good idea. Finally, I will give conclusions and also some recommendations. Okay, so first, what is this Contraflow left-hand design? So I put our design graph here. So basically, as I mentioned, this is an unconventionally left-hand treatment design. It's to provide additional capacity to left-hand vehicles by making use of the opposing lanes dynamically. We dynamically use the opposing lanes through appropriate traffic signal control. So in this graph, you can see the shadowed area is this Contraflow left-hand lane. Okay, so basically, this lane you can see it could be used by both the opposing through vehicle and also can be temporarily used as a left-hand bay. Okay, so this is how it works. When the left-hand vehicle approach to the intersection, there will be a signal, we call the pre-signal at the median opening. So if the pre-signal lights is green, then this left-hand vehicle can enter this Contraflow lane. And they can wait at this Contraflow lane until to the signal lights at this main intersection turn green. Then they can make a turn with all other left-hand vehicles. They can make a turn together past the intersection. So this is the basic, approach, the design idea. So the whole point is because you let this left-hand vehicle use this opposing lane as a temporary left-hand base. So you kind of doubled your left-hand capacity. So you have more capacity to move the left-hand vehicle, and you can give less timing to the left-hand face. You can shift more green time to other direction or move other movements. In this way, the whole intersection capacity will increase, and the whole intersection congestion will reduce. Okay, so this is this new design. So let me use a simulation to show you how this new design will work. Okay, so this simulation you can see. This one is a pre-signal lights, a small, right now it's a red. Okay, you can see it's red right now. So all these vehicles are regular left-turn vehicle. Then when it's turn green, all these vehicles can go to this Contraflow lane. Right now the signal, the pre-signal is green, so they entered and now they make turn in the intersection with other left-turn vehicle. Okay, so this is simulation. Okay, I can also show you a video show how this thing work in the real world. So this is a real world video taken at in an intersection in China. So you can see in the middle they have a pre-signal lights in the middle of the streets. Okay, actually median points. Okay, so this vehicle are waiting at this point because the light is red right now, so they cannot enter the control flow lane. So right now the control flow lane was used to move opposing traffic. Now the lights turn green. Now all this left-hand vehicle can enter this opposing lane. So this is the control flow lane, control flow left-hand lane. Actually, they use both. They use two lanes as a control flow left-hand lane. Okay, that is a very aggressive design. I will talk about it later. Okay, so they use two lanes as this control flow left-hand lane. Okay, so all this vehicle was waiting at this control flow left-hand lane to wait for the main intersection signal turn green. Now the main intersection signal turn green, so they moved together with this left-hand vehicle in the regular lane, so they all make turn together. Okay, so now the main intersection signal turn red. Now they release the opposing through vehicle. So the opposing through vehicle can use the control flow lane now. Okay. Okay, so this is what's happening in the real world. This type of intersection has been implemented in China in I think more than 50 locations. Overall, it works very well in China. Okay. Okay, so I will talk about the benefits of this new design. I think the most important benefits is increase the capacity. As I mentioned, you have more lane used to make left turn, to handle the left turn vehicle. So you will reduce the whole intersection, traffic delay, and the congestion. Okay, so another very important benefit, as I see, is this design can be easily implemented. You can see from the video I showed you before, they just put a signal lights in the median, okay, in the middle of the streets. That's it. So it's very low cost, not like other innovative signal design. You have to do some construction work. You have to modify the layout of the intersection, like the continuous flow left turn lane. You have to build a display left turn lane. Okay, so for this design, it's very easy and low cost. And another great benefit is it can easily convert back, because not everyone like new design idea. Okay, most frequently people will get confused when they go through this new intersection. So some people may not like it. And in some cases, because of people who don't like this idea, the transportation or the DOT have to take it back. Okay, so give you an example. So this is what happened in Texas Plano. I think in Texas Plano, we try to use this new design called the Michigan left-turn, Michigan U design, Michigan left-turn design. Okay, back to 2010. So this Michigan U is like people, instead of make left turn in the intersections, they make right turn, then they make U-turn to make a left turn. Okay, so this design works very well. Okay, it reduce the congestion, reduce the delay, and okay, so the operational is good, and for the safety, it's also not bad. It's reduced the overall accident rate about 20%. But there are some severe crash happened. Okay, so the severity level was increased. The driver was confused and unfamiliar with this new design, so they got lots of complaints about this new design. Even the data show things works well. So finally, they have to take it down and convert it back to the traditional intersection in July 2015. So it's cost lots of money. Okay, so that's a situation we learned from implementation, this new innovative intersections. So this intersection can be easily implemented, easily take down. So I think it's a great benefit for this new design. Okay, so as I mentioned, this design works very well in China. It was first implemented in the 2014. I think it's one traffic manager in China invented this new design. And it works very well, so it's started to used by more and more city and more location. Right now, we have 21 cities in China use this type of intersections. And for me, I got this idea because I travel in China. I saw this design. I was, oh, that's a very interesting design. So that's caused me to do some research, to start to search the paper, search the information about this new design. Okay, so let's talk about. But right now, no, this such kind of intersection in United States yet. Okay, we haven't adopted any of this design in this country. I think the major reason is the safety concerns. Okay, there's a big safety concern for using this new design because this contraflow lane will be used by both left and opposing traffic. Okay, so it have some risk. For example, if the left vehicle was trapped in the contraflow lane, sometimes people may not, respond to the signal change very quickly. They check their cell phone, they're doing something when they stop in the intersection, so they're not able to quickly clean from the, contraflow left lane before the signal turn red. Then it will have a big trouble because the opposing through vehicle will release in the next phase. Then they will exposure to this hands-on collision. Okay, so this is a big safety concern. And besides the conflicts between the left-turn vehicle on the contraflow lane and also the opposing vehicle, there's other potential conflicts. First, the left turn from the cross street. You can see for the cross street in the right side, when the vehicle make left turn, they may also conflict with the vehicle stopped at the contraflow left turn lane because they will stop in this lane for a while to be released. Okay, so there's potential conflicts between left turn and the contraflow left turn vehicle. And then also the right turn. So the right turn, some people make a big right turn. Okay, so they may also, conflict with the vehicles stopped at this contraflow left turn lane. Okay, so there's some potential safety, risk. Okay, so that's why this design have not been used in this country. What I want to see today is if we design this thing carefully, if we consider all this kind of risk, put enough time, put enough, countermeasures, this kind of risk can be mitigated. So this new design could also be a very cost-effective solution for reduce the congestion at intersections, especially at the intersection with a high left demand. Okay, so let's talk about the signal timing and the geometric design requirements for this new design. Okay, so I draw the signal timing diagram for this new design. Okay, so I use this kind of the phase number to indicate different movement, and the signal diagram is like a ring structure signal diagram. In the middle part is a signal for the main intersection traffic movement, and in the both sides I put the pre-signal lights signal phasing. Okay, so I use this horror arrow to indicate this is for the pre-signal movement. In the pre-signal location, there are only one movement, left turn. Okay, you allow the left turn enter the contraflow lane, or you let them stop. So the turn red and the turn green to control the left turn traffic. Okay, so you can see basically the left turn. So I use one direction as an example to explain this signal timing design for the control flow left turn lane. I use the source bound. So I also put the geometric drawing in the beside this bound. So the source bound. So the phase 7 is the left turn phase. So I use the 7 prime indicate the pre-signal, the pre-signal phase. Okay, so basically the pre-signal lights turns on during the cross-through phase, the phase 2 and the phase 6. Phase 2 and phase 6 is to move the cross-through vehicle. When the cross-through vehicle is moving, then the pre-signal lights turn on. Then the phase 7, the left-turn vehicle can enter the control flow left-turn lane. Okay, so they enter the control flow. So later, the signal in the main intersection, the phase 7, the left-turn phase at the main intersection, turn the green. At this moment, we still can allow the vehicle enter the control flow left-turn lane. We can continue, but at this moment, the vehicle in the control flow left started to move, okay, because they got the green lights, they started to discharge from the intersection. And then before the end of the main intersection left-turn phase, we need to cut the green lights for the pre-signal lights. We will not let vehicle enter the control flow lane before we enter the main intersection left-turn phase, because we need to have some time to clean all the vehicle in the control flow left-turn lane. So I put the CT7 prime means this is the clearance time for clear the vehicle on the control flow left-turn lane. So we have to leave this enough clearance time for the safety purpose. Okay, so this is the basic idea. So after you clean the left-turn, then you can release the opposing through. So the opposing through, the phase 8 can move. Okay, so you can see from this signal timing design, the control flow left-turn lane, first they should work with the lead left-turn design. You know, the left-turn phase have to be lead. Okay, the reason is before the left-turn phase, we need to let this left-turn vehicle enter the control flow lane. So the control flow lane will be used, cannot be used by opposing traffic. So cannot be used by opposing through traffic. So that's why the through phase have to be after the left-turn phase. It cannot before the left-turn phase. After before left-turn phase, both the through and the control flow lane will be, used by both, conflict traffic movement. So that's why we have to use lead left-turn phase with this new design. So this is one of the basic requirements. Okay. So another requirement, as I mentioned, you have to have enough clearance time to clear the control flow left-turn vehicle. So how you make sure you have enough clearance time? So this is the way you calculate the clearance time. Basically, you calculate how many vehicles can be stored at the control flow lane. Then you calculate how many time to discharge each vehicle. So we call it like average saturation discharge headwind. Okay, so then we also added the startup loss time. We also added all red clearance time. We add all this kind of required time together. We'll ensure we can clear all the vehicles that was stored in the control flow left-turn lane before we cut the green lights at the main intersection and allow the opposing vehicle to go through. So this is the second major requirement. The third major vehicle in the control flow left lane. This is the left vehicle from the cross street. So we need to clear this vehicle before we turning on the pre-signal lights, allow the left vehicle enter the control flow left lane. So how to calculate this clearance time? This clearance time is mainly based on the, because the vehicle, the left vehicle should clear from this lane. So it's based on the distance, how long the control flow left lane will be, and then how quickly this vehicle can move through this left lane. So it's based on the speed of this left vehicle and also the length of the control flow left lane. Okay, so this clearance time we call the clearance time, means before we turning the pre-signal lights to green, we have to clear this vehicle. Okay, so I use the green color indicator. This is the pre-clearance time. See, we still use phase 7 as an example. So phase 5 is the left-hand, movement will conflict with phase 7. So I use CT5 to 7 prime indicate this clearance time to avoid the conflicts between the movement 5 and the Contraflow movement 7. Okay, so this is the pre-clearance time. Before we allow the vehicles enter the Contraflow lane, we have to make sure all this left-hand vehicle was cleared from the Contraflow left lane. Okay, so this is the 2 clearance time. We call one is end clearance time, one is the pre-clearance time. Okay, so let's talk about the geometric design requirements. There's lots of geometric detail you have to pay attention when you implement this new design. The first, because you allow multiple left-hand lane, multiple vehicle turn together, you have to make sure there's enough receiving lane for this left-hand vehicle. You have one regular left-hand lane, and you add a Contraflow left-hand lane. So that means you have 2 left-hand vehicle. Then you have to make sure you have at least 2 receiving lane in the other side, okay, in the cross street. Otherwise, it will be a problem. Okay, so this is the enough receiving required. The second, as I mentioned, the right turn may also conflict with the Contraflow left-hand lane vehicles. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to channelize the right turn vehicle. Make sure the people not make a big right turn. They have to stay in the most right side when they make right turn. Okay, so you can use some pavement mark to guide the right turn. Okay, another thing is, as I showed in the videos, technically we allow more than 2 Contraflow left turn lane, but for me, I think this is not more than 1 Contraflow here. You have 2 Contraflow left lane. What will happen? First, you should have enough receiving lane in the cross streets. So this case is okay. You still have 3 lane can receive in the left-hand vehicle. The third one is, but we still have other problem because you kind of have a triple left-hand lane. All the 3 lane vehicle make left-hand side by side. Sometimes have some safety problem, especially you have big vehicle, you have a truck, you have bus. It's not safe to have 3 big vehicles turn side by side together. Okay, and another thing should be separate enough. There's enough separation between the turning paths. Sometimes because if the intersection is not wide enough, it's very easily the turning paths will overlap each other or without enough separation. It will also cause a safety problem. Okay, these things I learned from my project for TechStart about the triple left-hand lane design. There's lots of safety issues related with triple left-hand lane design. So for this kind of control for left-hand lane, if you use them to, will have run into this triple left-hand safety problem. Okay. The video I showed you before, they did have 2 more control for left-hand lane. Okay, I think the major reason is it's different driving behavior in China and in here. Because in China, first in the intersection, the speed is not so high, and also the driver was kind of get used to this kind of very complicated driving environment. They have pedestrian, they have bicycle. They're driving very, very cautious. Okay, so I'm in a low speed. So that's why this thing works in China, but if we want to make it work in here, in the United States, we have to be careful. I will think this multiple, control for left-hand lane is not a good idea for being used at here. Okay, so another design issue is how long the control for left-hand lane will be. That's a major issue. Okay, so you cannot build it too short, because if you build it too short, it's have very limited storage. So you don't have lots of benefit. You only can store additional 2 or 3 vehicles. It's not a big benefit. And you cannot make it too long either. Why? Because most of the time this pre-signal is red. It only turn on in green in very short time period, like during the cross-street through movement. And also we need to deduct all this clearance time. So this time period is not very long. Usually it's just like 20 seconds for the whole cycle. So in this case, most of the vehicles, when they arrive, they still see the red lights. So if you have very long contraflow lane, so most of the vehicle will line up in this regular left-hand lane. And then with the green turn on, they miss the opportunity, can go to the contraflow left-hand lane. So the contraflow left-hand lane still cannot be fully used. Okay, it's because most of the vehicles still use the regular left-hand lane. So it cannot be too long. So what will be the appropriate length? Okay, as I understand, the appropriate length should be, you allow the queue can evenly distributed on this regular left-hand lane and contraflow left-hand lane. And then the length of this queue length, this will be the good points for you to put the pre-signal lights. This will be the good length for the contraflow lane. In this way, you will have balanced the queue length on both lanes. So you will have this contraflow lane fully utilized. Okay, so this is the basic design requirements associated with this new design. Okay, so then come out to the question, how we design it. As I mentioned, the 2 major things in this design, the signal and the geometric. The geometric, the key issue is the length of the contraflow left-hand, how long it should be. So, but all these components, like they kind of interdependent on each other. Okay, they are, for example, how you determine the signal timing in the main intersection is depend on if the contraflow left lane can be fully used or not. Like how the percentage of left lane can shift to this contraflow left lane. Then you will know, okay, how many signal I can, the green time I can save from the left hand phase can give to other phase. So the main intersection signal timing, okay, affected by the contraflow lane utilization, and meanwhile the signal timing at the main intersection also determine how long the left-hand queue length will be. Okay, so it will, as I mentioned, the left-hand queue length decide how long the contraflow left-hand lane should be, because we want to balance the queue length. Okay, so this signal timing also determines the left-hand lane length. The contraflow lane length, and then contraflow lane length itself also affects the lane utilization. And also, we also need to think about the pre-signal timing. Like the pre-signal timing is mainly determined by the signal timing at the main intersection. Once the main intersection time determined, the pre-signal timing will be determined. And then how long the pre-signal timing, how long this pre-signal will turn green also affect the contraflow lane utilization. So all these factors like work together, they interdepend on each other. There's a loop between them. So it's hardly to just design one by one. Like I design this first, then I can determine that. So for me, I think the whole design should be in an iteration. We have to like try. First, we assume the contraflow lane can be fully utilized. Okay, then we design the signal, then we calculate the queue length, then we can decide how long the contraflow left lane will be. Then we go back to check if our assumption is true or not. If we use this signal timing, can we ensure enough pre-signal timing provided to the contraflow left vehicle, and can we ensure all this clearance time, everything, all these requirements at least was okay. So then we do the iteration, we check if it's everything okay, then we got to the final the signal timing and the flow lane length. If not, then we have to adjust them, make sure they meet all these requirements. Then we reiteration by changing the contraflow left-hand utilization rate. We redesign the main intersection signal timing. Okay. Okay, so based on this idea, I propose this kind of a flow chart. Mainly they have 4 major steps. The first step is to determine the main intersection signal timing based on assumption the control flow left hand can be fully utilized. Then we calculated the control flow left hand length. Then we determine the pre-signal timing. Then we check the pre-signal timing can make all this left hand enter the control flow left hand lane or not. We based on the the results, we recheck all the assumption works or not, met or not. So this is a loop, okay. So I will not go very detailed, but if you are interested, we have a final report developed for this project, and you will see it in the CAMMSE website very soon. So you can go to see the detail about this design procedures. Okay, so in order to test if this design procedure or design idea works or not, we conduct a case study. Okay, so the case study is mainly to try if our procedure for determining the signal timing and the control flow length for existing control flow intersection in China. Okay, so this is our existing control flow intersection. We collect the data in one of the city in China, and you can see it's a kind of very, very busy intersection. They have multiple left hand, they have multiple lanes. They only have one control flow left hand lane. That's good. And they also have particular lane for the bus. They call the bus lane. Okay, so they have control flow left hand installed in the 4 directions. All these directions they use control flow left hand lane. So this is traffic volume. And according to this real world situation, we thought, okay, this is the signal timing plan. Okay, we also collect signal timing plan in the field. So you can see for this signal timing plan, one thing I kind of feel not comfortable with the clearance time. They only have 3 seconds clear. They don't think the pre-clearance time. Okay, so you can see this left hand will conflict with the control flow left hand traffic, control flow left hand vehicle. They only have 3 seconds. It's not enough for clean all this left hand from the control flow left hand lanes. So this is one of the problem I identified for this signal timing. Okay, then we put this intersection in the simulation. So we use Vision to do the simulation. It's a little bit tricky because the Vision was not designed for this control flow left hand lane. So we use some programming and to make it work. Okay, so we also did the calibration because we do a real world intersection. It's not a hypothesis. We have to do the calibration and make sure what we simulated can match what happened in the real world. So we use the travel time as our variable to do the calibration. We have the people driving up probe vehicle driving through this location several times, get an average travel time for passing the intersection. So we also simulated the travel time. So we compare with the actual travel time from C to D, from A to B, with the simulated travel time we got from our simulation model. The results is quite match. The error is less than 5%. I think the model was good, it's calibrated. Okay, then after the model was calibrated, we started to change the signal timing. Okay, we started to consider all this clearance time we mentioned, the end clearance time, the pre-clearance time, the major things we want to make sure the thing will work safely, okay, without the conflicts. So we also redesigned the signal timing according to the procedure we gave, because the space splits also we needed to redesign according to the traffic volume we collected. Okay, so after doing all these things, we also estimated the procedure I proposed. We can determine both things together. We also estimated the best location put the pre-signal lights, also or the optimal length for the control flow left-hand lane. So we found that the westbound should 175 feet. The eastbound should 225 feet. Okay, so the southbound should 325 25 feet. So we compared with the existing lengths. Right now how long it is. We found that the east, both like the westbound, eastbound, and northbound, they are okay. They are close to the existing, but the southbound is very different with the existing. Okay, the southbound, what we estimated should be 325 feet, but in the real world, they put it in the 197 feet. Okay, as the length of the Contraflow left lane. So, okay, so we did the simulation according to what we believe will be the best for this intersection and what is right now. So the simulation results show if we redesign the intersection according to our method, the average travel time will reduce about 5 seconds. The delay will be reduced also about 4 seconds. And then the queue length will reduce about like 20 feet. Okay, so basically, if we redesign the intersection according to the method we propose, the operation for this intersection will become better. And this operation benefit may not so obvious, but as I mentioned, our design consider all this kind of clearance time. So the safety should be also improved. Okay. Then we also test the idea we see, because we find the length we estimated were different with the existing length. Okay, so we changed the length. We wanted to see if the length we identified truly the good length. So we kind of varied the Contraflow left lane in our simulation. We this is for which bound? I think for the eastbound. Okay, for the eastbound we increase the length we estimated is 225, so we kind of changed it from 125. We increase 50 feet each time we do like a sensitivity analysis to see how this length will affect the operation of this intersection. So what we found, the length we estimate is really a very good point. So you can see so it have lower travel time compared with other lengths. It also have lower delay. In terms of the queue length, it also almost as good as this one. So at this point, the average queue length, this is what, okay. This is the travel time. Let me see what's the difference between these two sides, okay. They're all called operation. This is for the left turn only. The right side is only for the left turn vehicle performance. The left side is only for left turn vehicle performance. This right side is for the entire intersection. You can see both entire intersection and the left turn vehicles, their operation all improved, okay? So the length we recommended looks pretty good. We did the same thing for southbound. As I mentioned, the southbound, what we recommend is very different with what exists right now. So we also changed from 225 feet to the 425 feet. So you can see the length we recommend still work better than other lengths. So this side is the left turn vehicle performance. This side is the entire intersection performance. Okay. Okay, so this case study is kind of proved the method that we proposed can provide good signal timing and good recommendation for the left turn Contraflow left turn lane length. Okay, it can make the average delay reduced, travel time reduced, also the queue length reduced significantly. As I mentioned, another thing is we fully consider all this clearance time, so the intersection also will have less safety problem. So this is the conclusion for this case study. So let's talk about the recommendations. Okay, so by working on this study, okay, we have several recommendations if we want to use this new design in this country, in the United States. So first, all these design aspects we have to fully consider. All these requirements, as I mentioned, maybe there's more, okay, but this is what, when we do the literature search, when we do the thing, based on our knowledge of these requirements we listed. So we have to carefully consider all these requirements. And I also strongly recommend to avoid the use multiple Contraflow left lanes. And another one is we have to use adequate pavement marks, okay, for this new design to let people know like where they make a right turn, okay, like what this pre-signal lights is for, okay. So all these things have to be carefully designed, and maybe some Java education also important for them to understand this new design. And another thing we found, this new design could be a good solution for the intersection that do not have enough space for exclusive left turn lane. For example, in some fully development area, like in the downtown area, sometimes you don't have the right of way, or you don't have space to build an exclusive left turn lane. So in this case, what we usually do is we need a left turn because the left turn traffic is increased, so the people will have to, the permissive left turn basically not working. So we have to have permissive left turn phase for the vehicle. But if you use permissive left turn phase, you have to provide exclusive left turn lane. Otherwise, you even give the green signal, the left turn vehicle may be blocked by the through vehicle in front of it. It's still stuck, cannot move. So in this way, what we did right now is we use split phase. Okay, we don't have space for a particular left turn lane, so we use split phase. We move all the traffic together in one direction. After that, we release the traffic in other directions. This is called a split phase, particularly for the intersection that was no space for the exclusive left turn lane. And I think this control for left turn lane could be a good solution for this situation. If we don't have space for a left turn lane, let's use opposing lane as a left turn lane. But there's a but. Okay, the problem is, as I mentioned, the green lights only, the pre-signal only turned on in a very short time period. For example, if you have the signal cycle is 2 minutes, it only the green lights for the pre-signal only turn on for about 20 seconds. So you still have pretty much left vehicle arrived in the intersection, cannot use the control for left turn lane. So if they don't have exclusive left turn lane, they still will stuck in the traffic. What are they going to do? They miss the chance to go to the control for left lane. Then they stuck there, they have to go through because there's no left turn lane. So we still need to use split phase for this kind of intersection. We cannot avoid split phase. And if we use split phase, because split phase basically is a lead lag design. We allow all through and left to move together in one direction, then we allow another direction move. So it's not a lead left turn phase, it's lead lag. So it's not meet the requirements. As I mentioned before, the requirements for the control for left turn have to be lead. So how we solve this problem, we have some idea, okay? We have some very interesting idea, but we are still testing this idea. So hopefully in the next year, next symposium, I can present our new idea on this, how make this split phase work with this control for left turn design. Okay, so I think that's conclude my presentation. So I will be very happy to answer any questions you have about this new design.
This is Randy.
Hey, Randy.
This is really, I like it. The only concern I have is suppose the vehicle in the Contraflow left turn don't all get before the green. And of course, could be a major problem. Well, I wonder if it's possible to maybe add a detector to the control space. Could be done with a regular or visible light detector, and connect that detector to the oncoming phase, and just simply don't allow the oncoming phase to turn on if there's a vehicle detected in that Contraflow space. I know the 2070 controllers that Austin uses could do that very easily. That's an idea, and it gets a little bit messy. Your design is very, very clean. That makes it a little bit messier, but it could potentially totally avoid the problem of the oncoming traffic being allowed to use the contraflow lane if there's still a vehicle in it.
That's a very definitely very good idea. I think we need to add this thing to our report. That's another good suggestion. Yes, the technology can help us to avoid such a problem. You're right.
Good, really good idea, though. Very innovative.
Thank you. Yeah, I was excited when I saw this design. Okay, good. Let's try to make it work here.
Yeah, but as you pointed out, I think part of the problem is, well, in the U.S. today, we have a very large fraction of drivers who are distracted. Cell phones are a primary distraction. In Austin, we have a law, a city ordinance that does not allow one to hold a cell phone while driving, but I see people doing it all the time. So we have distracted drivers, and distracted drivers might not, well, I see all the time distracted drivers not realizing that the signal has turned green, and so they're still sitting there. And so that worries me, that someone in the contraflow left turn lane might be distracted, not see the signal turn green, not see the queue in front of them move, and then this could be a problem. So anyway, that would be a fail-safe idea. It might make a little bit, improve the safety a little bit. It wouldn't be that expensive. You could easily install a radar or a visible light detector on the mast arm and focus it just on that lane. I think that could work.
That's definitely a very good idea. Yeah, technology. I forgot this part. I should have thought about the technology can help us to prevent such things. You're right. You're right. Yeah, we want to make sure 100% safe. If
right.
anything happened, that's not good. Yeah.
That's right.
Okay. Thank you, Randy. Very good question. Very good suggestion, actually.
Good ideas. Great ideas.
Yeah. Okay, I saw some question in the chat box. Okay, what will happen when the intersection has more volume in the future? How does this work with an increase or decrease in speed? I think that's also a good question. I think the volume, yeah, this may not solve the problem if the volume keep increase. Okay, so it's only when the volume is like the left turn is we still can handle by using 2 left turn lanes. That will work. But the good thing, as I mentioned, this design can easily can easily be converted back. It's not like the roundabout. If we put a roundabout in intersection later, when the volume increase, the roundabout not working, you have to remove it. Is not easy. But this one, if later you decide, okay, this we need to build a overpass, like the grid separate intersection because the volume was so high, you can easily remove the signal and redesign the intersection. So I think this will be an intermediate solution to release the congestion in certain level. Okay, that's a really good question. And about the speed, as I mentioned, the speed, if the speed is high, it definitely, if you have people make a turn by turn together, like a multiple left turn, will have some safety problem. So this thing was mainly suggested for the, the busy intersections, very congested, like urban area intersections, not in the rural area. So in this way, people will slow down because of congestion at the intersection. So I think the speed we definitely need to consider, but if we consider the very congested intersection, it should be okay. If we avoid the use of multiple, control flow left turn, it also should be okay. Okay, so this is my opinion. I hope I adjusted the question from Dr. King. Okay, so I have other question. Let me see, do I have more question? Okay, yeah, so that's a question in the chat box. Any other question from audience?
Hi, Dr. Qi. I saw another question from the Q&A box. The question is, does it need to include ramp metering to ensure it does not get overcrowded, congested in CLL?
I think that's a suggestion is similar to Dr. McMill's suggestion, like we use some technology to control the traffic on the control for the left lane. Okay, the ramp metering, yeah, because if you already if the control for left lane already filled up, the people cannot enter anyway. Okay, so it's have limited storage based on the length of the control for left lane. Okay, so if it can hold 10 vehicle, if already have 10 vehicle, they have to wait outside in the regular. They still have regular left turn lane, allow them to do the left turn. Yeah.
And then Dr. Kane has another follow-up question.
Okay.
And which is, what about progression?
Oh, that's also a very good question. Yeah. So in this workshop, I only talk about one intersection. Okay. The progression also will be a very important aspect for this new design. I saw a paper when I do this research. I saw a paper just published in 2019. They talk about the coordination because they want more left-hand vehicle can arrive during this pre-signal lights was green. Okay, then this control flow left turn can be used by more left-hand vehicles. So they want to coordinate these things. So I reviewed that paper, but I think there's a problem for that paper. Oh, sorry, it's haven't published. It's just submitted for publication. I was assigned as a reviewer. I have some suggestions. Okay, basically, I think we need to do a careful coordination. As I mentioned in yesterday's presentation, we needed to do this kind of time and space analysis. Okay, instead of use bunch of optimization model, I think the paper I received also try to use bunch of optimization model to solve this problem. My comment is use a simple, space-time diagram coordination analysis will be better to solve your problem. Okay, but this also very important to make sure the control flow left turn can be fully used. Yes, a very good point.
Okay. Dr. Shi, I have one question along the same line,
okay.
Which is, one would hypothesize that the optimal length of the CLL will largely depend upon the traffic condition. For example, if light, medium, and heavy traffic, the optimal length of the CLL would be different, right? Because under a heavy traffic condition, you could have a queue built up all the way up to the upstream of the intersection, and then that's pretty much the same as Dr. Malcolm's question. The through vehicle could block the entry of the vehicles using the CLL lanes. Yeah.
Yes, you are right. The length is very important, as I mentioned. Okay, if you have too short, too long, that's our problem. So for your question, if they block the entry, because here's the thing: if the lights was turned on, the green lights turn on, all these vehicles in the regular left lanes, they will move to the control flow left lane. Okay, because the next lane is not a through vehicle, is a regular left lane. So this vehicle also want to make a left. So when they saw the control flow, the pre-signal turned on, they will move to the control flow left lane. This probably should be okay. Okay, so the blocked entry will not a big problem. Okay, so the problem actually that really happened in the real world. What's happened? It's like when the people arrived at the intersection, when they saw the pre-signal light is red. Okay, there's still space on the regular left turn, but they know if they go to regular left turn lane, they will wait for a long time. They want to use the pre-signal. They want to use the control flow left lane. So they kind of stopped in the pre-signal lights. So they intensively stopped there. So blocked all the traffic behind them. So until the pre-signal lights turn on, then they started to move in the control flow left turn lane. So this is the way we observed in the real world situation. So I think this situation, as I mentioned, is mainly caused because the control flow left turn is too long. Okay, so people worry about if they go to the regular lane, they will wait long, they will be in the long lane. Okay, instead of just go to the country for left lane, they will be the first or second. So that's a problem. And also we can use some technology like the camera enforcement, okay, to prevent the people to block all other vehicles, just wait there for the pre-signal light turn green. Okay, good. Thank you for the question.
Do we have any other questions? So no from Q&A box, the chat box. No, I don't see that. I don't see any.
Oh, I saw one okay, yes, Q&A box. I think I already addressed this question.
Yeah,
yes,
you
good.
already addressed that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good.
Okay. Any more? No. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Xi.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Great presentation. Yeah. Okay, I think you know, we're done with the second workshop. We had two great workshops today. Dr. Mark Mills, which is talking about e-scooters, whether e-scooter is a transit last mile solution. That's a very informative. And then Dr. Yi talked about you know, innovative intersection design, you know, related to the use of CLL, which is a very innovative. So both are a great presentation. That's pretty much symbolize what we do at CAMMSE. You know, we talk about CAMMSE, which the name, as you can see, is the Center for Advanced Multimodal Mobility Solution and Education. We work on, you know, working on developing a lot of innovative engineering solution, and also leveraging data analytics, advanced models, you know, using the new technology in terms of smartphone communication and also computing technologies and things like that. So those are great examples of what we do at CAMMSE. So thank you again, Dr. Mark Mill and Dr. Yi, for your great presentation. And now looking back, we have the first day and the second day. You know, we had 3 technical sessions, 1 student lightning talk session, and then 2 great workshops today. And you know, our CAMMSE faculty researchers spent a lot of time, did a lot of great research in the past 4 years. We really appreciate your hard work and great efforts, you know, in every aspect. We really appreciate that, truly appreciate that, sincerely. You know, we also attract, you know, the attentions from the, as you talked about early this morning, from federal and state agencies. We had participants from USDOT, Federal Highway Administration, and also state DOTs, and also local governments. And certainly we have a lot of researchers also from the CAMMSE partner institutions, and also from other CADC member universities. So I think that's pretty much says a lot what we do at CAMMSE. And we certainly encourage you to look for our report to get more information from our CAMMSE website, which is CAMMSE, it's CAMMSE.uncc.edu. Again, it's CAMMSE.uncc.edu, I'm sorry. We have a lot of reports published in the past 3 years. The first 2 years is already made publicly available on the website. In the third year, we're going to do that in the next couple of weeks before the November 30th deadline. And then we also have a lot of news and annual performance report, as well as semi-annual progress report. And certainly a lot of publications related to what we do. And we also conducted a lot of education and workforce development activities in the past. So a lot of technology transfer as well. So with that, I would like to conclude our 2020 third annual CAMMSE virtual research symposium at this point. So thank you very much again to all the presenters. Thank you for your time and great effort in the past 2 days, today and yesterday, and also the past 3.5 and right now it's 4 years, all the great efforts you spent on our research project, and also your continued support of CAMMSE. Without your help and also continued support of CAMMSE, we would not have gone this far. So thank you very much again. And we look forward to next year. Hopefully it will be November 2021 again. Thank you very much again. I hope you have a great afternoon, and also stay safe and stay healthy. Thank you. We'll see you next year again.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Mark. Thank you, Dr. Yi.
Bye, everyone.
See you. Yeah.